Aristarchus of Samos, born 310 BC, died 230 BC, was an ancient Greek mathematician and astronomer from Ionia who came up with a revolutionary astronomical hypothesis. He claimed the Sun, not the Earth, was the fixed center of the universe and that the Earth along with the rest of the planets revolved around the Sun. He also said that the stars were distant suns that remained unmoved and that the size of the universe was much larger than his contemporaries believed. This sun-centered view of the universe is often referred to as heliocentry. It is fair to say that while the term heliocentric seems to be relatively adequate to classify Aristarchus' view, it nevertheless fails to address the fact that Aristarchus' hypothesis had a number of additional interesting implications far beyond just a sun-centered planetary system and a rotating Earth. In fact, a rotating Earth was already held by Heraclides Ponticus 390 BC 310 BC, sometime before Aristarchus, and the Pythagorean tradition believed that the Earth was not the center of the universe but that it revolved around the central fire, an imaginary body believed by them to be the actual source of the light of the universe. Just like Egyptian influence caused Greek mathematics to flourish a number of centuries before, the influence of Babylon had an equivalent stimulus over Greek astronomy. Alexander the Great's opening of the East led to an exchange of ideas that had a critical impact on Greek's astronomical notions. This is the context in which Aristarchus developed his theory. Except for a few rare exceptions, the general consensus among Greek astronomers during the time Aristarchus lived was that the universe was Earth-centered. During the 4th century BCE, Plato and Aristotle defended the geocentric model, but both philosophers did so using mostly mystical and mythical arguments. The stars and planets were carried around the Earth on spheres, arranged in a concentric fashion. Plato even described the universe as the spindle of necessity, attended by the sirens and turned by the three fates. There was little room in Plato's views for the idea of a universe governed by natural laws, since he rejected any form of determinism. In fact, the unpredictable motions of some planets, especially Mars, were seen by Plato as proof that natural laws could not account for all the changes in the universe. Eudoxus, a student of Plato, challenged the views of his teacher by working on a more myth-free mathematical model, but the idea of concentric spheres and circular planetary motion still persisted. Despite the general consensus on the Earth-centered model, there were a number of reasons that led some to believe that the model was not fully accurate and needed some corrections. For example, it was not possible for the geocentric model to explain either the changes in the brightness of the planets or their retrograde motions. Aristarchus' hypothesis was developed as an alternative explanation for the Earth-centered model's flaws.